What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Daniel's Sports Ledger, sports betting tips and picks for sports bettors. Manny, what's up? What's been up?
Man, just been doing pretty decent.
Yeah?
Just telling you, man. It was like I told you, it was a pretty decent little PGA tourney last week.
Yeah.
I know your boys.
My picks
They
didn't come
took a
through,
little
but-
downfall, but it was a free bet anyway.
Yeah, it was free bet.
I ain't worried about it. You know, and I think at the end of the day, it goes to show how difficult betting golf is.
Yeah.
I mean, my
yeah.
my advice.
That's why I would only
if
do
you
it with
wanna
a free bet, personally.
if you want to bet golf, my advice to you is do not do winners when there's 4 rounds
Right.
in the golf tournament. I mean, it's not safe. My advice to you is to bet the rounds per round. Take a golfer. If you would have bet McIlroy to go under on his rounds that were set, you would hit 3 out of 4.
Right.
So it just goes to show, I mean, you know, it's fun when you have a free bet, but at the same time, you want to kind of reevaluate when you bet golf because it's a whole
Right.
nother monster.
Right. Unfortunately for mine, I could only use it on golf, so it was.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It is what it was.
You did use it on golf.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is you got a different.
Yeah, I
you gotta
could have done
evaluate-
that something else,
Yeah,
but
you got to evaluate the way you go about it. So,
You know.
other than that, man, things
Take a
are
long
things
shot.
are looking pretty good. Lakers looking solid. We got a big game tonight against Oklahoma City, who's
Yeah.
looking tough. They went into Phoenix last night and spanked them.
yeah.
But they went into Phoenix last night and they're on a back-to-back, and they got to come to LA. Whether or not they're going to be able to withstand the same amount of game power that it's going to come, because, dude, trust me, LA is bringing it. We're still an underdog. I think we're underdog at home.
Yeah.
So it's going to be pretty interesting, and we're going to see what happens. Anyway, what are we thinking about tonight? You got some solid locks. You got some live plays already going.
Yeah, I've got some stuff going already.
You're-
But I
you're-
have a night play for everybody.
Okay.
College night play for everybody.
But you're digging
That
on.
can-
You're digging on.
everybody-
You're digging on the
everybody-
Clippers tonight.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love it. I love the play.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes you gotta take advantage when they give you like these huge boosts and
Right,
stuff like that. So
Right.
I was looking around the different apps today, and one of them today was Caesars.
Mhm.
I have hardly ever bet on Caesars in a long time. At least on the app. When I'm in
Right.
Vegas, I'll go to Caesars quite a bit and bet there, but on the app, they don't have a lot of good things. I know they bought out William Hill, which breaks my heart.
Right.
Rest in peace, William Hill, who I used to work for, but they just don't, they're cheap. They don't give a lot of stuff, but they give me like plus 100. I mean, you could only it's stupid, but I still tried to take advantage. So what it is the max bet I could do was $10.
Wow. Okay.
And it would give you 100%, but you had to pick odds over 1,000 for a single game parlay. So I had
Okay.
to add like 4 legs to it. So this is what I did. So $10, well, it would have paid 180, pays 360 because of the huge boost that they give me.
Okay.
So $10 pays 360. I thought I would take advantage of it. So tonight I've got Harden getting a double-double. Lillard over 3.5 threes. Last I checked, he already had 2 in like 5 minutes in the first quarter. So
Yeah.
that's probably gonna hit.
It's more than likely gonna hit. Yeah.
The Harden double-double, we'll see. He has like no rebounds last I looked. But then we have Harden a total of 25 plus points
Okay.
and rebounds. So points and rebounds combined 25 or more.
Okay.
And then the same for Kawhi Leonard, except for 35 for
Mm.
combined. So it's looking pretty
PRAs.
good actually right now, though. They Harden and Kawhi have a few points already. They're looking good on that. Lillard's pretty much already there.
Yeah.
So that could hit.
Okay.
Also, my other one is I have parlay in college basketball. The first one, it's not looking great right now. It's about tied, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it. That happens all the times.
Right.
It's NC Central minus 7.5. They're playing at Morgan State. That can't be right. Because I have Morgan State twice. What did I do there? They are not playing Morgan's. One of them's.
You talking about NC State? Is that what you said?
Yeah, they're playing Morgan State. NC Central, they're playing Morgan
Right,
State.
that's
They're
what
up
you said,
2
yeah.
right now. They got to cover 7.5. It's
Right.
real early.
Of course.
Oh, I'm sorry. The other one The other one I have for you guys for tonight, though, this is going to be a good one.
Okay.
This team basically never lets me down. Weber State -4.5 at Montana
You
State.
love Weber State.
I love Weber State.
You've loving them.
Yeah, Weber State, awesome. They hardly ever let me down. They're great school to bet on. So that's the one for tonight. Everybody can still get on. You still have a couple of hours. Looks like you have 30 minutes, I guess.
Really? What time are we talking about? 7:10?
20 minutes. Starts at 7. So you got
Okay.
20 minutes if you
That's
want to
right
get
around the
on
corner.
Weber State -4.5. But I highly recommend that one. That's definitely a solid pick tonight.
Right. Okay.
That's what I got going on right now.
Well.
That's a much bigger parlay than the $10, of course. But you take advantage where you take advantage.
Right.
I
love it. I love it. Well, I got a couple of them. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, what you got?
I'm taking Utah tonight.
Okay.
And I'm not taking Utah to win the game. I apologize. I'm taking Utah and the Wizards to go over tonight. I apologize.
NBA.
Yeah. So here's the thing. There's a lot of players out. Markin and Kessler are out, and these are their top field goal makers. So what I'm thinking is there's going to be a lot of shooting in this game.
Yeah.
Now, my dude has been going off over there in the Wizards. The problem is they just keep losing.
Who's your dude?
You know my guy coming from Golden State, the guy who's just garbage, got punched in the face by Draymond. Like, you don't know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
Who am I talking about?
From the guy that went to Michigan.
Yeah,
my boy too.
Yeah.
Jordan Poole.
So Jordan Poole is gonna step in. He's gonna score buckets tonight. There's no interior play here. You're taking out Markle and Kessler, and I'm telling you, this is gonna get ran up. The game within itself is gonna be wild. So I'm just gonna I'm not even gonna touch who's gonna win the game. I'm literally just gonna take Utah, Washington on the over. You have two of the best players in Utah out right now. Markelle is just a beast.
Yeah.
He came in. He's a scoring. He's dominant, and they're about +5 with him in the game. With him out, I mean, they're still pretty dominant. So I'm going to take Utah on the over. That's a game that's still playable. I'm taking D. Russell over 5.5 assists. Now, the reason why I'm taking that is it's right on the cusp of where he averages. If AD and LeBron go off tonight, they're catching the assists from him. I mean, this could be a late cover because he usually he's slow in the build because he loves to shoot. The kid's a cannon. Right. He loves to shoot. It could be a late cover, 5.5, 6. So I'm going to drop that. And the last one, my third and final play, I'm taking AD. I'm taking AD on the over. We're up against a phenomenal OKC team.
25 or something today, right? Over?
Yeah. So his over-under jumped. I don't have the exact number because I didn't place it because the reason why I don't like to put the number of where I want to go, like when I see it early, I don't like to place it because it will mess with my head when I actually come time to place my bet. Right. Because when I'm working, I'm looking at these numbers. I'm talking about from 7 o'clock in the morning until about 5.
Yeah.
So when I get off at 5 is when I place my bets. So I don't like to let the numbers mess with my head. If I feel like AD is going to go off when I see that initial number, I stick with it. Because sometimes what they'll do is they'll be like, okay, so it's 28.5. And then it comes time to place the bet. It drops to 27.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you're playing with me. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just like, nope, no, it doesn't matter. I'm taking it wherever it is. I'm taking.
So many saying don't follow the money.
Don't follow the trends sometimes. Don't follow the money sometimes. If you feel it, roll with it. Dude.
Yeah.
Like don't get played out by that because I've been a victim of it so many times. I would not do this had I not been a victim of it. Does that make sense? So that's where I'm standing. I know I'm Laker heavy. But I tell you what, and then if by chance you just want to throw a little something on something, Markelle is out. Taylor Hendricks, who is the backup, he's also he comes in on starter position, backup positions, but his rebounds and assists is only 8.5.
Mm-hmm.
Massive over.
Right.
Rebounds and assists, take them. Markelle is out. I mean, it's going to be a flood fest, and see how things go. I would love to just place a grip on the Lakers tonight because Oklahoma City's coming off a back-to-back. They just went through and beat a solid Suns squad.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, man, that Oklahoma City team is for real.
Yeah.
And when it comes time,
They are, man.
When it comes time, we're literally going to lay a little something down, because at some point in time, there will become a play-in. And one of my best buds, his name is Ravi. We're struggling. I'm 10 right now in the standings. Golden State is 9 in the standings. We need the Suns to keep losing. For all you Suns fans, sorry about that, but we're hoping the Suns fade.
Well, they have been. They got to get that chemistry right. You know what I was thinking? Actually, you know what I was thinking about? Well, before I get to that, I just want to say something about following the money.
Right.
You know, first of all, I've always taken the stance that it's not that there's no value in following money, because there is some value there.
Right.
But I've always taken the stance when it comes to that is you can't quantify that in any possible way. So it's not necessarily a trend that's totally worth your time, because like I've always said, you don't know, some guy from Australia could be coming in and putting $1 million down on his favorite player, you don't know where the actual money is coming from unless you know actual sharps like myself or other people who are actually telling you something. And people like me, you know, I get on here and I talk and stuff, and this is fun, but my real advice comes from when you guys go on my website and you buy a pick, or, you know, I do mentorships as well. I have a guy that calls me from Florida often. So shout out to Junior, by the way. But you know, so unless you're getting actual real advice, you don't really know what the money is. You can't quantify where the money's coming from. So I don't want to say it's totally useless, that statistic, but it's not a quantifiable statistic. So where do you really go with that? So take it with a grain of salt, following the money. That's what I always tell people.
Saying.
But and then before I get to that, what I was gonna say about the Suns, I just noticed this. He's got these little notepads things. Look at that. They got a little Raiders symbol on there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, you know,
got a Raiders notepad.
We just keep it real over here. Man, I got Raider notepads.
Oh no, I didn't notice that before.
Man, I got Raider everything, man. That's just how I roll.
But this is what I was thinking about the Suns and why they're stinking up the place lately. Mm-hmm. They don't have a real 3-point shooter.
Well,
I mean, in my opinion, it would be Durant. Durant's their best 3-point shooter.
Well, that's kind of a touchy subject, because if you think about it,
and they've got all these guys in the middle.
Great shooters. They really do. They have 3 great shooters. But you're right about that.
But
because KD, Booker, and Bill, you know what they are? They're slashers at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly.
They love to pull up that 2-pointer.
It's kind of like having it. It almost gets to the point where you have 2 big guys down low and they just take up so much space that you can't. You've got these 3 guys that are trying to go down low, and it takes up all the space and nobody's kicking it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't have that kick out. You know, you got to kick it out, kick it back in, kick it out, kicked it over to Durant back to the 3-point shooter or whatever. You don't have really, you need another 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
You know who made their first 2, not this last Rockets game, but the first one. Or was it this? It might have been the last Rockets game. You know, it was one of the 2 Rockets games. You know who the first made 3 was by the Suns?
I would say it's the new guy.
Royce O'Neal.
Yep, Royce O'Neal from.
He can't be your go-to 3-pointer.
He can't be. And you know who
that's my thing.
Their other guy
they need another 3-point.
And their other shooter on that team is Allen. Grayson Allen.
Yeah.
Like, it's not cutting it.
He's better at tripping people than he is at making threes.
And I'll tell you, man, it's shiesty. That team to me is just so up and down. That's why, remember when I told you there's a list of teams who you're able to bet who will make the playoffs.
Right.
Suns were in the 6th position at the time.
Right.
Minus money.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's like, and you said it yourself. You're like, dude, guaranteed Suns will make it. But how do you feel now that they've lost 2 straight games? 1 to Houston at home, 1 to Oklahoma City at home.
Right.
I'm telling you, man, This team is not. It's not legit. The problem is that they want to like. They're so kind of like unselfish.
Yeah.
Durant doesn't want to be the man. Bill doesn't want to be the man. Booker doesn't want to be, because you know why? They don't want to offend each other.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. It's got to be frustrating as a Suns fan. I'm not a Suns fan, so I'm
Bill
cool with
probably
it.
doesn't want to be the man, but he's just not the man.
You know, well, he's coming off an injury.
Yeah.
And now you just lost Booker to injury on that same Saturday night. I'm telling you, man. I don't know. I think right now, if you can place a bet to take the Suns to miss the playoffs, which is probably on every sports book possible,
Yeah.
run it, dude. Run the Suns to miss the playoffs. I'm with that.
Yeah.
Well, that's where we lie. If you like them, run with them. If I had an in play right now,
Right.
I'm probably going to take North Carolina State. I'm taking North Carolina State to cover the spread. It's
Against
unfortunate, but yeah, against Duke. I think it dropped to about 12.5. 3 minutes left in the game. You're putting up a grip. You're risking a lot, but they can get that thing right back down to 2 points. That's how quick it is, because Duke is gunners. But then again, I mean, that's super risky. I wouldn't do it, but when I look at it, I see something there. But dude, college basketball is so shiesty. College basketball is so shiesty. The reason why I say is because SEC basketball, you're at home. All it takes is a couple mistakes. But then if Duke fights it off, like they're probably going to, yeah, whatever. I mean, I would probably either go North Carolina State or just lay the point spread down. But
yeah,
it's shiesty.
I'm trying to see what it's at right now. It's probably 13.5 or something.
It's back to 14. Duke's up 75-61. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So,
well, hold on real quick before we go any further.
I'd probably take the underdog.
I just caught some breaking news, and I know this dropped a while ago.
Yeah.
And I'm loving it. You know who got dropped?
Yeah, Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
I was going to talk about that. Now, a record $85 million on dead cap space.
He's gone. He's just like, yeah, we're going to drop you. But by the way, your severance pay, 85 million bones. Yeah, cool. I'm like, nice.
What's his
because you know where I've been seeing a lot of his pictures with the jersey on? Pittsburgh. I'm not kidding. I'm seeing a lot of Russell Wilson with Pittsburgh jerseys on. It could happen.
Yeah, maybe. But the funny thing to me is it's kind of like Will Smith. He was like, I would love to die in a movie, like halfway through a movie, because you get paid the same and you only have to do half the work. And ever since I heard that, I was like, every time I see an actor die in a movie, I'm just like, that lucky guy just got out of
the whole movie.
And he got paid the same.
Paid as a mug. Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting. Russell Wilson, obviously he's on the block. People, I just don't know. You've been saying it for years how he's a bust, and it's.
Let's just say he's lost his arm,
right? Yeah. I mean, well, that's a bust. I mean, what does the quarterback do?
Yeah, though.
I mean, it'd be like, yeah, running back. Oh, well, he just can't. He just busts the knees. Well, yeah, obviously, yeah, he's done.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting. It really is. I'm super interested in that and seeing the way it ends out. But,
there was some other NFL news. I can't remember what it was, but
I think that was probably the most breaking. I think that's probably the one that's
that's the biggest one.
That's the biggest one. If
Jason Kelce retired.
Yeah, I didn't know Jason Kelce was the younger brother.
Yeah, I guess he. I don't know. He's real emotional. Cried.
Really? Like a little baby.
Yep. Yeah. No, I mean he said some really good things about him and his brother too. Stuff like that. Yeah. It was. I didn't watch the whole thing. I just kind of got a couple little tidbits, but
yeah,
Jason Kelce, man, he phenomenal player, man.
No, he really was. He was a great center. I mean, hands down, probably the center of all centers.
He'll go in the Hall.
He'll go Hall.
Yeah,
he's definitely a Hall of Famer. So
yeah,
just kind of depends on how things roll themselves out.
Yeah. So. Yeah, we'll have to see where Brokeback Russell goes.
My man, he's in him with the zingers. I love it.
Yeah, we'll see where he goes with all that. It looks like Duke's holding strong so far.
Duke's holding strong, 137. They're up 4. If you would have took them at 12.5, you're losing right now. Just kind of depends, honestly, man. With these crazy
I'll
spreads,
tell you what, NC State, they always play North Carolina really good,
Yeah.
but they don't.
well, the initial spread was 6.5.
and they're all in North Carolina. Duke's in
Yeah.
North Carolina. They're all 3 of them, but
The initial spread was 6.5. So if you
Yeah.
took
But-
North Carolina State at the beginning of it, you're
but NC State always seems to play North Carolina really good, but they never play Duke good. They always get whooped by Duke.
yeah.
But whenever they play North Carolina State, like sometimes or North Carolina, sometimes
Carolina.
they upset the Tar Heels or they
Yeah.
come within 2 points all the
I've
time.
seen it.
But they always seem to get blown out by Duke.
Yeah. Well, we'll
So-
see what happens. Let's see with 112 left. Still 77-63. Looks like there's an offensive board. Duke's got about 99% chance to win.
Yeah. So you still got about 5 minutes if you want to get on Weber State or the over in the Utah game.
I would take actually both of
Utah
those.
Jazz, that is.
Yep. I like that Utah on the over. Like I said, Markel's out. There's probably going to be a lot of scoring in that game.
Yeah, Duke's up 16 now. So
Yeah. Well, they just fouled somebody with 399. I think that's it. I think they're going to cover. Well, they won't cover the 12.5 that it was initially laid at. It's kind of
Okay.
tough. It's kind of tough. You never know. He might get a couple free throws. They're probably going to foul again.
yeah.
Who knows? Anyway, that game's over. That Baylor game's going to be big. Baylor against Texas. Texas, man, they need a big statement, but so does Baylor. It's the next coming ESPN
Yeah.
game. Baylor's on bracket watch.
That's gonna be a good game.
Baylor is on bracket watch.
I can pretty much tell you, like, without even knowing what it's gonna be, take the over in that game.
Yeah. There's going to be tons of scoring. Texas is coming off a big Texas Tech win. Baylor, phenomenal. These guys come to play every single game.
I say the over under is
Well
probably gonna
coached.
be about 140. If I had to guess right now, probably 154.5. It's gonna go over that.
That's probably what we'll roll with a little later. Yeah.
So
Well,
by the way, speaking of over unders, what was it? Saturday, I hit like all my picks, everything hit. I hit like 6 straight picks. But I had the it's so funny. So I had the over under in the Minnesota.
yeah.
What was it? Timberwolves. It was the over under was 208.5, and I
Okay.
was like, that's so low for an NBA team. Don't
how
care
much
who's
was it?
out. 208.5.
Oh my goodness. If you ever catch a 208
Yeah.
over under,
So
it
I-
don't matter who's
so I-
playing.
Yeah, so I hit it, and it
Yeah.
barely went over. It was Grizzlies and the other team.
Yeah.
So it was Saturday. So it was Trailblazers Grizzlies,
Okay.
and no, actually it was Friday. My bad. Friday I hit everything. I mean, I couldn't miss on Friday.
That's what I heard about you.
So Friday was 208.5.
Mm-hmm.
Game ended up being 122.92, so it went way over. But
Okay.
then get this. So the next day, again it was 208.5. It
Wait,
went
who are we talking about?
Grizzlies Trailblazers.
Because they're just the worst of the worst of the worst.
Yeah, they had the back-to-back games, right?
Right.
So again it was, right?
Okay.
This time I didn't bet it, and it went into overtime, and the total was 207 in overtime. It went under in overtime.
Shocked, folks. Folks,
207.
if you ain't watching this live, or if you ain't watching this with the camera on, that's shocked.
Yeah.
Oh my dude, they're good.
I couldn't have imagined, like, oh man, it's in the overtime. Okay, yeah, for sure now. Nope.
Nope.
Man,
Sun gun.
so you gotta be.
You gotta be careful, man. When you mess around with these low ball
Yeah.
teams, you gotta be careful.
When
This is not to play with.
One thing I normally do though is when I have a hot day like that, where I get 6, 7, 8 in a row, whatever,
Yeah.
I usually take the next day off. I usually just take the next day off. I don't even bet it because I don't want to.
Well, because you're a little off a little bit, to be honest with you. And these dude,
Well,
I'm telling you, these
Usually, what happens is you bet with emotions. You get too hyped. You
Yeah.
think you could throw it like that and hit it dartboard like that.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna. It's just not gonna.
right.
So I usually let my emotions calm down for a little while and then get
Mhm.
back at it.
That's pretty good, man. That's
Piece
a good
of
idea.
advice.
Man, I'm still baffled on that. Looks like Duke covered the 12 and a half. They won by 15. Guy misses a couple free throws at the end of the game. No big deal. Duke wins that game. They covered the 6.5 initial spread. That Baylor game starts at 7, coming up in a couple minutes.
Speaking of Duke,
Okay.
shout out to my Tar Heels. Just kidding.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, man, like sometimes the seeding, it don't matter because these guys, they just come to play. Like the last time a team has won the tournament as a 1 seed, I think was 2021. I mean, it's a couple years ago. I know it might even been 18. Damn, I can't remember. Can't remember who it was.
That won the tournament as a 1 seed?
Right, as a 1 seed. Pop it off the top of your head. Let's go. You got
Probably
it?
North Carolina.
No, I wouldn't think it was North Carolina.
It was Baylor else? That year, right?
Was it Baylor?
Yeah, I think it was Baylor. I remember I was at the.
It was Baylor.
Yeah, I was at the Baylor.
I think it was Baylor against North Carolina. I think that's the year that Miguel won our.
I was at that game. Baylor didn't play North Carolina in the championship. They played them. No, LSU beat. It was Baylor LSU, I believe, because LSU beat. I was at the game. LSU beat Michigan. So mad. That was the best game of the whole tournament, and I was at that game. That was actually at the Colts Stadium.
Is that right?
Yeah, in Indiana. I was in Indiana for I got to go to all the different stadiums, which was cool. I went to Butler Stadium, which is like over 100 years old. That one was really cool. I saw Gonzaga play there. I saw UCLA that year. Remember UCLA was a monster. That's right. What it was. It was Baylor UCLA, right?
Well, we're gonna find
something
out
like
here.
That. But UCLA, I saw them play at the Pacers Stadium.
Nope. 2018 was the last year.
What was it?
Villanova beat number 3 Michigan. So you're sort of close.
Okay.
But yeah, Villanova, which
that long ago. Huh?
But that wasn't even the one where Villanova hit that magical toss back 3 against North Carolina.
I lost money on that one.
That one was
I was so mad.
Really? That's a tough one.
I remember I had a lot of money on North Carolina that year.
Wow. Incredible.
It's okay though.
What are you gonna do?
Right after that, baseball started, and I started making my money, all my money back.
And you move right back on.
I'm and
we can't wait for it. Yeah, you got some hitters. Man, I'm telling you, man, my guy right here, when it comes to baseball, he's going to be locked in. He's going to be loaded.
Mm-hmm.
Let's roll on baseball.
Yep.
And
I'm going to get a big old whiteboard over here. I'm going to be tracking everything.
I'm telling you that. All right, guys. Well, hey, listen, it's about 7:05, about 7 o'clock. I apologize if you haven't jumped on Utah by now. I'm telling you, man, that spread has jumped crazy
already.
I wouldn't take Utah per se. Like I said, they're out with Markel, but it's going to be a good game. My advice, dang, if I had one winner. I can't take the Wizards. I can never take the Wizards, man. I can't take Wizards against Utah just because Utah's best player is out. I still can't take the Wizards.
You don't like Magic.
It's Fugazi. It's Fugazi. Very nice. I like that about you. But if you can still throw something out there.
You believe in Magic?
You don't mind. You know what I feel? I'm still gonna do it. I'm still gonna do it.
What's that?
I'm taking Texas tonight. Texas to cover the spread. Texas might even win the game. Baylor is on watch. It always happens this way. These teams who they feel like they're a lock for a certain seed, they come out and lay an egg, and they're at home. Texas is going to come out. They played great. They worked the ball. Baylor is just a stud. But, man, I'm taking Texas tonight. I'm rolling with Texas. I'm taking Texas, and I'm going to throw it on the line. I'm doing a 2-team parlay. I'm taking Texas and Wizards on a 2-team parlay. The Utah game started at -8, dropped down to almost probably -5 now, to be honest with you.
Right.
So that's where I'm staying, boys. And then, of course, I'm taking Lakers all night tonight. It don't even matter, win or lose. You just know I'm going to throw it down on the Lakers tonight. Lakers, big game. Oklahoma City coming off a solid game against the Phoenix Suns. Suns had them kind of there. Dude, it was just up and down. Oklahoma City is tough, powerful, but to come in, I mean, there's just no chance. I think Oklahoma City loses tonight. They don't lose many games, but they lose tonight against the Lakers.
Yeah. So yeah, dude, this parlay, by the way, it's looking amazing. Harden's gonna get all of his stuff. Lillard just needs 1-3.
Yeah.
My issue is gonna be Kawhi. If he can get 35 plus points and rebounds combined.
Okay. Well, let's think about it like this.
Right now he's at 9, so
9 points.
9 total. 7 points, 2 rebounds. So
Okay. So we assume
that's
he's
the-
probably
that's
going to
gonna be my only hitch on that.
We assume he's probably going to get at least 20 points.
Yeah,
Is it close? What's the score?
it's halftime though. It's halftime, and he's only at 9.
Are they
so
winning or losing?
They're up 7.
Okay. Bucks are going to make a run.
Yeah,
Bucks are going to make a run. They're at home.
right.
Bucks will make a run. Yeah, man. I like it. I think we're looking good. I wouldn't stress it. Tune in. We're going to be back Thursday.
All right, Thursday. Yep.
Yep. We're gonna have
Oh.
our camera angle
We
a
might
little
be
better
back.
next Thursday.
Yeah.
My buddy, he just he rearranged that camera angle, and I don't know why. He I feel like he wanted more of a zone on
More of the
himself.
limelight?
Yeah. Oh my god, he got like 3 feet on his side. I'm over here just stretching for some airtime. Like, can I get some? He'll figure it out next week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
my
he'll figure it
bad.
out. It's all good. But
I don't know.
that's how it is when
you
you
were
go
here
live.
for the mic check.
Well,
You
that's how
could've
it is when
fixed
you go live. We couldn't go and change it. You know what I mean?
Oh, we could.
Yeah. So, all right, folks. Well, I hope you guys enjoy some of these picks. Come Thursday, we'll talk a little more golf.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll talk about what we have and what we feel we should go with. If last Thursday you went
I don't
with
know if
me,
we'll be here Thursday.
oh, we might not have a Thursday.
We might not.
Okay.
So
Work is a beast.
yeah,
Okay. Not a
I've
problem.
got some things on the docket, so we'll see.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
we'll get another one. We'll see what we can do. So we'll see if Thursday's possible or not.
Okay. Sounds good to me, man.
But either way, guys, either way, if we don't catch you this week, we'll catch you again at least once or twice next week.
Right. We'll be back at it next Monday.
And let's make some money.
Let's have fun doing it.
All righty.
Ho.